Good afternoon. Justin Gibbs here with the team at the National Weather Service in Paducah. We got a dangerous flash flood situation developing over parts, especially parts of southwestern Kentucky. A lot of the counties that are on the border between Kentucky and Tennessee. Give you an idea of where we're most worried. This is a map of the state of Kentucky using the Kentucky Mesonet data. We've had 3.3 inches of rain in Murray, 3.1 inches of rain in Hopkinsville, 3.1 in Elkton, nearly 3 in Graves and Hickman County. We've had reports from our partners of uh, mudslides or, I don't know, slide, uh, rocks on the side of Interstate 69 near Dawson Springs have fallen. We've got lots of reports of flooding on area roadways as we expected, but we want to let you know it is going to get worse, unfortunately. We have a band of heavier rain developing over northeastern Arkansas and northwest Tennessee. We've got more rain here over central Arkansas, and then the actual cold front is still back over about Texarkana, and a little bit north of Texarkana, but over western Arkansas. And our models that are usually pretty reliable, let's see if I can pull one up, give you an idea of the evolution tonight. So here's right now, roughly, and then tonight, there's that band of heavier rain. This is probably a little bit more robust than what it is, but it's got that heavier rain over that zone that's already gotten so much rain, and then it continues to train that rain over the same spots. This is at about 7 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So you can see just an enormous amount of water falling in that area. Let me pull up the actual model precipitation estimate because we think of it's got a pretty good handle on it. So it has another 5.6 inches of rain in Christian County, another 6 inches of rain in Callaway County, another 4 inches of rain in Fulton County. Now, this probably won't be perfect, but what we are worried about is that it's close enough that it's going to be useful. So if we end up there, that's going to put us at 6 to 8 inches, which is in line with what the models have been saying for several days over Fulton County, Callaway County, Trigg County, Christian County, maybe even into Muhlenberg, Caldwell County, Marshall County. That will create significant impacts. We're talking about flooding in places that do not normally flood, traveling any distance, even over highways that probably become very dangerous tonight. If this rain continues, there's going to be water in places that there's not ever been water. Um, if this continues, it's not quite as extensive in terms of the actual rainfall and the intensity as the flash flood situation that we had in Graves County and Carlisle County, McCracken County, back in 2013. We had 11 inches of rain in about 6.5 hours with that event. So the intensity will probably not be as high there, but the scope is higher in terms of the area covered, where we're talking about a stretch from Fulton, Kentucky, all the way to Hopkinsville that's going to have gotten a significant amount of rain in a relatively short time. So let's see here. We also have a little bit, we've got two more threats to talk about. In this area down here is becoming more unstable. As this area travels to the northeast, we're thinking um, there's a risk at least that will become unstable enough that we'll have some severe weather potential for damaging wind and tornadoes across like Callaway County, Trigg County, Christian County, uh, Todd County, down along the border. It may, because it has rained so much, a lot of times that will sort of suppress the instability to keep the temperatures down. But there is a lot of pull coming from the southwest with this system. It's a very strong system, so we are on guard for that potential tonight. If it looks more likely, we'll issue tornado watches. So that is another threat potential. And then this area right here is an area of snow that's forming up over Kansas and southwest Missouri. We we don't think that is going to be as strong by the time it gets here, but it is possible everywhere in the Quad State could see a little bit of snow overnight, enough perhaps to create some slick spots, especially on bridges and overpasses. The ground itself is still pretty warm. The soil temperatures, let me double check on the Mesonet here. Uh, Last week I checked, they were, 43, 44 degrees. So the ground is warm enough that it will take it'll take a little while for the ground and the roadways, road beds to freeze up, but bridges and overpasses could get a little slick overnight, so be alert for that. And we are also tracking a winter storm potential for Tuesday. We'll know more about that tomorrow, but it is going to get dangerously cold behind this system where we're going to have lows, 5, 6, 7 degrees, highs in the 20s. That's all well within the realm of possibility. And I'm just looking at the instability. Northwest Mississippi is the closest that we have some what we call surface-based instability that would threat, but that area is getting pulled to northeast, and the shear is really good for severe weather and tornadoes. So if we mix that instability together, we will have a tornado threat develop. We'll be monitoring for that. We'll take a look at our other radar. Let me switch this to something that makes a little more sense. And yeah, so a heavier band of rain is going to be moving into Hickman and Fulton counties into Madrid County here in the next little bit. Also into probably Grace County and Callaway County. It's already raining hard in Hopkinsville, getting significant flooding in that area. And we're quite concerned and fairly certain as we can be in this business that it is going to get worse tonight. So we've had reports multiple people, a couple of fatalities in the state of Kentucky due to vehicles hydroplaning. So even if you're not flooded, roadways are carrying a lot of water. So be especially careful with traveling. Be alert for hydroplaning. Kick that cruise control off if you're on the interstate, and probably reschedule trips if you're able to tonight. This is one of those, about 3 or 4 days out of the year, the weather gets bad enough around here that you need to kind of stop what you're doing and deal with it. And this is one of those nights where I would just really not go anywhere in the southern counties there in western Kentucky tonight unless it's an emergency, because it is nasty out there, and it's going to get worse over the course of the next several hours. We will be here, continue to do our thing. We've already set the cell phones off for the flash flood, I think, in most of those counties. Additional warnings will very likely, I think the warning we have technically now goes to 6 p.m., so we may have to set the phones off again at 6 o'clock for a new warning. If we upgrade to a flash flood emergency, which we've only had to do one time before, that also should set your phones off. So that is an alert that, hey, it's really bad. Not that it already isn't pretty bad, but just a little bit higher level warning is what that flash flood emergency means. We did utilize that in 2023 in Graves County, Mayfield, Bardwell, Ballard County, and western McCracken County, when there was water getting into people's houses and stuff like that, which is definitely kind of along the lines of what we're expecting tonight. So everyone be careful out there. We'll continue to provide updates as we are able, and we'll have the warnings and everything going out like normal. Have as pleasant an evening as you can, and stay dry.